Hi friends, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey. And this week we are in the first letter that Peter, the Apostle Peter, wrote. Very important letter and with a lot of lessons, many lessons for the church, for the people, about tribulations, persecution, about the work and the ministry of the people and in the church. It's a very important letter. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go to all the details of this letter, but we're going to see a few very important verses. And today we're going to see probably the second, in my opinion, the second most important verse in Peter, or not most important, but known. The second most known verse in Peter, I think. Maybe it's the third or fourth, something like that. There's a lot of good stuff here. But it's in chapter 3, verse 15. Look what Peter wrote. But in your hearts, set apart Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. It's great. What Peter is saying here is that we always need to be prepared and ready. We never know when someone is going to come to us and say, why you are Christian? Why you go to church? Do you go to church? Why? Do you read the Bible? Why? Do you follow Christ? Why? Peter said, you have to be prepared. You have to set Christ apart as a Lord in your life, and you need to be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks the reason for the hope you have. You believe in heaven. Why? You believe that when you die, life will continue. Yes. Why? Peter said, you have to be prepared. All of us. We never know when someone will ask that question. We never know. And we don't have time to say, okay, hold on, I'm going to Google this. It doesn't work like that. Or hold on, in the past, people would do this. And I have people doing that to me. People would call me. So hold on, I'm going to call the pastor. And he's going to answer you. You don't have time for that. You have to have the answer. But you need to be prepared. This is why it's so important to read the scripture, to study the scriptures, if possible, to memorize the scripture. And today it's easier than in the past. Today you have the scriptures in your cell phone, right there. So you can have a plan right there. You can mark the verses and you can read right there. If you didn't memorize, you can just click there and say, okay, let me share with you what the Bible has to say about this. And there are the verses. I don't know how you're going to do it. There is no rule. This is the way you have to do it. There is no rule. You have to find your way, but you need to be prepared. And this is what Peter is saying, because they were facing tribulations, and in the middle of the tribulations they had hope that they're not, if death would come for them, they were okay. And people were curious, why? You have hope. You're going to die, yes, but this is not the end. There is life after death. And Peter said you have to be ready, because they are going to ask you the reasons for your hope. Hope for a new life, another life. Hope in the future. Hope for life after death. They're going to ask you, and you need to be ready to answer. That's the challenge for each one of us. And this is our snack for today. God bless you.